Talking about social media and dating apps are a popular way to find love, but boy, they lead to scams sometimes, don't they? These scammers will do anything they can to get some money out of somebody. Joining us this morning to talk about the rising threat of romance scams, Ronnie Tokazowski. He's a principal threat advisor at, is it Cofense, Ronnie?
Yep, it's Cofense. Kind of like defense, but Cofense.
Cofense, okay, so we're doing this together. So Ronnie, good morning. Thanks for being with us. Talk a little bit about how these romance scams typically start.
Sure, I'll happily talk on that. So a lot of times with romance scams, somebody will try and go onto social media. They may have received a text message that says, "Hi," or "I want to be in a relationship with you." And from there, many of the users are alone. They're sad and they're depressed, and they just respond back to these messages. And once they do, the scammers on the other end take advantage of the kindness within the people to go ahead and actually do that, try and steal money from them. And the losses that we're seeing are absolutely horrible. It's absolutely horrible with the way the crime works. We need more people to kind of understand how this stuff works.
Yeah, right. So what are some of those red flags? I mean, obviously there's some timing involved if the person happens to be lonely, but what are some of the obvious red flags?
Sure. Some of the biggest red flags include things like, is somebody asking you for money? When you're in an online relationship, no one should ask you money. If someone says they're in the military or in a remote part of the world and can't come and see you, more times than not, those are tactics that scammers actually use as well. And in addition to that, if someone's trying to tell you to go and get gift cards, seriously, no one is going to ask you for gift cards. So don't buy gift cards for somebody who's, again, asking for them.
So I'm thinking, Ronnie, in some cases, I think of like a big, well-orchestrated plan where they're going to, keep sending you messages, build the trust, build the relationships, but sometimes it could just happen over the course of a couple of messages, right?
Exactly. And what happens is the scammers definitely play up on the fear within the users, and they may say things like, "Hey, I'm in the hospital." And like I said, that's very much some of the tactics that we see every single day with this type of scam.
So how do people avoid being scammed, especially when the emotions are at play?
Mm-hmm. The hardest thing with the emotions is knowing your emotions, and very much being a kind person, being a compassionate person is something that the scammers very much prey on. In addition to that, there's a lot of resources through the FBI. You can go to IC3, file a complaint with them. And yeah, there's a lot of people out there trying to help out with this type of scam.
So sometimes it's as easy as saying no, even though it goes against your instincts maybe as a person.
It really does. It really does. And when you go and say no, your body's going to reject it 100%. But it's something where you have that core instinct, you have that gut feeling, you have to follow that. And that, with talking with many of the victims, that's one of the sentiments that I've heard is they just ignore that gut feeling of, hey, I should get out of this.
And I guess the last thing is, what should people do if they find out, oh, you know what, I am a victim. I did go buy that gift card. I did whatever I shouldn't have done. What do they do now?
So a lot of scam victims are going to feel shame. They're going to feel stupid. They're going to feel bad for doing it. But knowing that there's people helping and it's okay to feel that way, you need to get out of it. In addition to that, it's better to speak up and go and actually get yourself out of it and take care of yourself. In the previous section, or the previous segment, referred to love should not hurt. And that's very much what I would say to the romance victims is the love that you're feeling from a lot of the scammers, it shouldn't hurt, and you shouldn't have somebody taking advantage of you like that.
Ronnie Tokazowski, Principal Threat Advisor at Cofense. Ronnie, thanks for your time. Appreciate it. And good luck to all the folks out there dating.